The hamster wheel is spinning. Excellent. Great. All right, we're live. Welcome to another episode of the OpenJS Foundation's Cross-Project Council meeting. Why won't you let me paste? That's great. I have this happen every once in a while where I can't paste into Google Docs. It's really weird. Anyway, all right, I'll put it in the chat. Michael, can you add this as the video link?
Sure.
Cool. Yeah. So thanks everyone for joining. Sorry for my weirdness here. Do we have anything, any announcements that we want to talk about before we get into the agenda? I know we do.
I'm gonna mime the party parrot here. I don't know if I'm doing a very good job. We are so excited to share with everyone publicly that NativeScript is now an incubating project in the OpenJS Foundation. Welcome to Nathan Walker and the whole NativeScript community. We're so excited for you to come on board. Divya and I are going to be meeting with Nathan and team here in a little bit and to go over the plan, but we're so thrilled. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yeah, hopefully we'll be celebrating in person sometime in 2022 maybe. But anyway, in the meantime, come on to these fun calls and stuff. And if you're part of the NativeScript community, come join us in our OpenJS Foundation Slack channel and say hello. We're gonna get your little logo added to our icon bank soon, our little emoji bank. That's what's really important, adding emojis to Slack, right? So that's probably the biggest and most exciting news to share. We don't have any, well, I take that back. We do have a program committee meeting this week for OpenJS World Planning. I think that's gonna be the last meeting of the year because it'll be the holidays soon. And I think we also have a marketing committee meeting coming up before the end of the year. That's next Tuesday. Am I wrong on that? I'm right on that.
That is correct.
So if you're interested in marketing committee activities or getting involved in the program committee for the conference, we'd love to have you.
Great. Good announcements. Rachel, you got anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay, great.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Sorry to put you on the spot there. Cool. All right. Well, we will get into the agenda and get things going. Let's see. Where is that agenda here? Cool. So, is any like board updates or anything like that?
Trying to think, we did approve the change to allow us to approve charter changes. So that was done, and I'll go back and land that today probably.
Great.
I think that's the only thing that comes to mind this time.
Okay. Well, that is our first agenda item. So if we want to get into that, got it. Thank you. Paste the link in there. Wow, is it not letting me? Maybe it's, there it goes. So cool. So this one, this issue is good. And I think there's a linked pull request, right? Allow trivial fixes to the charter, which is pull request 690. Has a bunch of thumbs. And then, as you said, the board is good with that.
I will just add that comment and we can land it.
And there's just one piece, Jory, just on any little changes, we might include that in your newsletter. Just on a weekly or perhaps a monthly basis, or as it comes, just to save people's inboxes. So the board still wanted a little heads up on those little changes, but
yeah, the ask was that, we include a list in each of the meetings and go over them.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Great. And we have a plan for like flagging that, or should we use a label or something, or what are your thoughts?
I think the idea is we can just do a log, like a git log or whatever on the file in advance. We've added it to the agenda that we have, like we have a standard set of slides. So we've got it there. And then I think if we just look at the history, that'll be pretty obvious.
Okay, cool, perfect. Thank you for pushing that forward. Cool. So next up is this issue 688 about December meetings. The question is, how many more meetings do we want to have before the end of the year? I raised this a little selfishly because after this week, I think, let me look at my calendar. Yeah, after this week, I'm off for the rest of the year. Michael suggested doing the one on the 14th, but then skip the last two. We can talk about that here and now, or you can comment on the issue.
I mean, this is a fair question. We've got, we meet weekly at present, and we've got two more days we could theoretically meet before the December 25th holiday. And then there's that week in between. I mean, realistically, our numbers are just gonna between now and the end of the year. Do we want to say that the next week is our last meeting, just to tie up anything that might be missing between now, and kind of wrap up? We can have like a little holiday party.
I might actually join in that case.
On the 15th. And that's our last session of the year, and then we see everybody after the first. That would be fun. Let's do a holiday party. She advocates without any real plan for what that is. Yeah.
I'll second that, sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
This is a holiday party, depends on how you define it.
Every day is a holiday.
All right, cool. Let's do that then. Does somebody want to drop a note in on that issue, and then we'll kind of have that squared away?
Sounds good. I'll do that. Let me go find that issue real quick.
Cool. Next up is an issue that we realize we should make sure we have rolling before it sneaks up on us, is the prepare to open nominations for the second board seat. The seat currently held by Chris Borchers, whose term ends on the last day of February. So, perhaps this is something we can really get rolling in January, but I don't know, we should maybe just figure out what all the things we need to do are and kind of work backward from the end date.
I think one of the things, not that there's like much to do since it's the last day of February, that is like the day the term rolls over. So as long as we're running like the election process itself through like OPA vote, say mid-February, we've got plenty of time. So between now and then, maybe that the task is just make sure we're surfacing this potential opportunity to any of our projects and making sure we get a nice diverse group of applicants for nominees is the right word for this.
Sounds good. I'll quote you on that in the issue.
Jory said.
Yep.
Okay.
Literally a quote. Cool. All right, great. Yeah, I think that's smart. We should definitely start letting people know and socializing it and whatnot. So great. And then we'll figure out all the steps beginning of the year. Cool. Next up on the agenda is issue 680. This is the issue that I created about moving the CPC meetings to a bi-weekly cadence. We had agreed to start this in January of next year, which I will try to start to, schedule and get things updated over the next, before January 1st or whatever. One thing that I'm realizing though is the first meeting would be January 5th, and I scheduled a dentist appointments, which are really hard to schedule, and it happens at the same time. So I don't think I'm going to be able to make that first meeting now, but I'll still just try to get everything sorted, and we can figure that out.
Yay, dentists. Yay, dental hygiene.
Pandemic dentist appointments is not easy. But yeah, so that's my plan. I'll at least get things sorted, and we can go from there. Let me just double check that appointment. It's on the 5th. I mean, if we started it at the 2 p.m. slot, I might be able to make it, but I don't know if I'd be in a good mood. Anyway, I'll figure that out. So cool. Where am I? Moving on. The next one is review individual supporter program designs. I'm not sure we're publicly ready for that. Is that accurate?
Accurate.
So this should be soon, but not today.
So we're gonna sneak peek y'all a bit on the private session.
Yep.
But
I have one question here. I asked it in the repo, but it may be answered. I haven't looked today, but in case it's not, there's an outstanding pull request for this. Should this be in the approved projects or in the projects we're iterating on? Do we know the new structure?
What's the question? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Yeah, so right now there's an outstanding pull request for this, for the supporter program. We're talking about the supporter program designs, yeah?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Oh, never mind, Michael answered me. There was no question.
Is this
Yeah, I
related
thought
to-
I'd answered that. So I was
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Related to the new process flow for proposals? Okay, cool. All right, cool. So we should be able to wrap that all up once we have these designs sorted and move it forward. Cool. All right, great. Anything else? No, I guess not on that particular issue. So I will move forward, which is the work in progress proposal to remove the growth stage. We've had a little bit of conversation on this somewhat recently. I think, Chris, you're on the call again, right? Nice to see you, my friend. Should we still discuss this further and make sure that everybody's aware and understands and, no objections before we move forward on anything like this?
Right. So after the last meeting, I had spoken with Jory and Joe offline, and basically the concern that I raised was what we're doing is we're kind of removing this path to for an at-large project to get to impact stage. And so to address that, I think it makes sense to have a process basically where that's the idea. So if you are an at-large project and you want to be an impact project, we need to have a process to get there, right? So, I mean, that's what kind of the growth stage originally was meant to do. And since we're removing it, well, then that goes away too. But I think we still need that process in place, but it doesn't have to be the growth stage. So those are my thoughts on it. I don't know if anybody else has any comment.
I agree with you, Chris, and I'm glad you brought it up. And I'm actually opening an issue right now to create a growth plan, a specific growth plan to a project wanting to move to impact stage. I think that makes a lot of sense.
I think one of the other things we talked about in that Slack chat was just that it's a great thing to perhaps be able to develop and provide for a number of different types of things that a project might be looking for extra support or resources on to, so to provide these sort of paths or templates of growth plans, like to increase the number of contributors, or adopt a new TSC process, or something like that, for which they might like to have cross-project input and perspective. I think there's a bunch of different types of things that we could provide as examples that projects would like. So thank you, Chris.
Cool. And I just I'll drop it in here, but I just created an issue for that.
Yeah, I imagine such a document would probably kind of copy some of the existing text that we have for the growth stage project, and probably in that project progression document.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. All right, cool. With those sorts of things, being aware of those desires for those sorts of templates and such, do we have any concerns about removing this work in progress pull request that we have open, that removes the growth stage? Or further steps that we need to do for this open pull request, I guess. Just trying to keep us moving forward, whatever that forward path is.
Always forward.
Yep.
If you're looking for explicit approvals, I mean, I can go in there and do that with the caveat that, I think we need to address that issue I raised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with, and if you want to talk more about it offline, that's fine as well.
I think it would be great to get Chris's thumbs up on it, because would want people to see we've got, like, okay, this concern, here's how we're going to address it. We're going to address it with this other path, and that would be positive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
And if we still have to work through things, Chris, too, just or want to be explicit about these steps and plans, let's work it out and figure it out.
Now, Jory, have all the growth project leads been contacted or notified?
They have, and the ones who weren't already engaging with Toby on this have sent their support. Their primary concern is getting help and resources, not so much what are they called. So I think we've addressed that now, especially addressing Chris's concerns. So
great. I'm glad to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, cool. Well, we'll work a little further in that pull request and keep that moving forward. Next on the agenda is issue 632. This one I think is on Brian, who is not here today, and so we'll kick the can on this one. Unless anybody has anything to add. This is provide implementation guidance for DCO/CLA. If not, I will move to this pull request 56 that is in the project status repo. And looks like Toby added the label. I'll drop this into the chat so folks have easy access to it. A week ago, which I'm glad he did, because I opened this a while ago and forgot that I even had it open. So I will commit Christian's suggestions. And take a look at this more closely too, because I know I had some more work to do that goes along with this pull request in the description. Cool. Anything else on this one, folks? Any thoughts or whatever? If not, that's the end of our agenda. Before we go to private session, are there any other items that we need to talk about or discuss or look at or anything?
Joe, I do have an announcement.
I knew it.
Today is the last day of the Node.js certification and training sales. So you can get up to 65% off all of that training and certification bundled. And the sale goes until midnight Pacific tonight. So there's still some time to get those trainings if that's what you're interested in. So
great. And there are tweets and stuff to help circulate that. I found the Node one. Hang on, I'm looking.
yes, I did include some stuff in the CPC email last week too.
Okay.
Just some ready to go content for folks. And then it looks like you posted something in the chat too. So for folks willing to amplify that, we would love that. Super helpful.
Great. Cool. Thanks for the announcements. That was the end of the agenda. I was looking at issues and pull requests, and I don't see anything that I need to mention. So maybe we jump into private session. Cool.
Jump physically.
Yeah. Easy. I will stop the live stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Cheers. See you next week for the holiday